In this video, I want to compare and contrast the Shun Sora Santoku Knife to the Zwilling Professional S Santoku Knife. These are actually more similar than you'd think. They're both handmade, they're both forged, they're both hollow ground. These are actually more similar than you'd think. They're both handmade, they're both forged, they're both hollow ground to help release food, and they are both actually cut to very similar angles. The Shun is a very sharp 16 degrees, while the Zwilling is just a little bit sharper at 15 degrees. The major differences stem from the fact that the Shun is a more traditional Japanese-made knife, and the Zwilling is a more traditional German-made knife. The Zwilling is made with a single piece of their proprietary steel. It's about a 57 hardness, while the Shun is made out of VG10 for the cutting core, which is the gold standard for Japanese knives. It's about a 60 hardness. And what that means is the Shun is going to last much longer in between sharpening and honing than the Zwilling will, and it's really going to grab onto that edge for a long time. On top of that, either side of the Shun is wrapped in another layer of stainless steel to help protect the blade, and it also gives you this beautiful wave finish that you can hopefully see towards the bottom. Both knives have essentially full tangs. This is what I mean. The Zwilling has a full tang, obviously going all the way through the handle, while the Shun has something called a rabbit tang. It ends about right here. It's how the original katanas were made, and the handle is slipped over it. But in terms of practical use, as long as you're not abusing this knife, it's going to be acting exactly the same way as a full tang. The handles are also very similar. Both have plastic handles. The Zwilling has a more traditional German-designed handle with two plastic scales on either side, while the Shun has a more traditional Japanese-style handle that's been slipped over the rabbit tang. Both, I think, are ergonomic, but if you like doing pinch grips like I do, the actual curve to the bolster on the Shun ends up making it much more comfortable for pinch grips. At the end of the day, they're very good knives. The Shun also has the benefit of coming with a lifetime of free sharpening. The Shun also has a benefit of coming with a lifetime of free sharpening, which I think is a deal breaker, especially if you don't want to have to pay the $5 an inch to get it sharpened at a reputable sharpener, and you don't want to have to spend the time and energy to sharpen it yourself at home. Either way, I'll put a link down to both below. If you have any questions, any comments, or any concerns, as always, let me know, and otherwise I will talk to you very soon.